The Takeover event. Roblox's newest event, which just recently ended. Obviously, a lot of people liked the event, a lot of people didn't like the event, but I haven't really given my opinion, and so I want to do that real quick. Now, yes, as per the title of the video, I actually did really like the event. That's mostly because we have multiple very bad events with very little very good events. Usually very mid events tend to rank pretty good. Do keep in mind though that I have barely played the event. I completed 3 games I think, and then I just didn't touch the event after that. So take this review or whatever with a grain of salt. But anyways, first I want to talk about the event hub. Now, as you can tell from the kind of laggy, but also not really gameplay that you're seeing that's looping, there's actually a lot more to do in the lobby, or hub or whatever, than just enter the portals. You obviously have a whole crew system, you can skateboard around, you can explore places, go to different districts, pretty sure you can use spray paint. It's a lot more to do in the event hub than most events really let you do ever. Additionally, it also genuinely looks and feels like it's meant to be an event hub for the Takeover. If we look at the hub for, let's just choose a random event, let's just say the Haunt for example. Yeah, it works for the Haunt, but the event hub can also work for basically any event that's Halloween or spooky themed. I also like the idea of crews in this event, basically making this event a clan warfare, but minus the violence. And also, some of the items that you could have gotten from the event are actually pretty nice. Now, to be fair, this is mostly limited to the back accessories, but still, most of the stuff, even outside the back accessories, are still pretty clean. Anyways, I want to actually talk about the meat and bones of this event, aka the games. Now, once again, I do want to say that I've barely played this event, even though I do think it's pretty solid. But regardless, I wanted to actually talk about 3 specific games, those being Pressure, Work at a Pizza Place, and Tower Defense X, which I'm going to start with that one. Now, considering what happened in the hatch, I wasn't really expecting much from TDX, but what I definitely was not expecting, even if I was expecting more, was a whole new special game mode! And better yet, for being a limited time game mode that was probably made in like 2 weeks, it's extremely balanced! Concerningly balanced, actually! I mean, to be fair, the mode does often spam you with hundreds of enemies, more notably in Nightmare mode, but somehow the unique enemies, map, bosses, and music somehow managed to counteract that. Now, obviously this isn't a lot, but do keep in mind that this is only one of 2 Tower Defense games within the event, and the other was TDS, which, if you look on YouTube, pretty much everyone agrees that it was mid. But also, in my opinion, when you compare it to many other games that participated in this event, like for example Tower of Hell, TDX is actually a pretty good game. Okay, anyways, now I'm going to start talking about Work at a Pizza Place, which I also think was pretty fun at this event. Now yes, Work at a Pizza Place literally just did the exact same thing of delivering pizzas, with the only difference being, doing it at different settings, like on lava, against Cool Kid, and in space. It is very repetitive, and barely changes between the different difficulties, but it actually kind of feels charming because of that. Despite the core gameplay basically being the same thing over and over again, the small things they do add, like for example low gravity, makes it a lot less repetitive than it would have otherwise been. And the fight with Cool Kid, while very annoying at times, was actually pretty fun. Honestly, there's not a lot to talk about with Work at a Pizza Place, so I guess we'll move on to the next and final game of the video, Pressure. Also referred to as Operation Heartburn, I don't really know that much of this. Again, I barely played the event at all, and I never really played the game that much. But to my knowledge, there's this sort of amalgamation outbreak in part of the Halo Black site, and you're sent down there to A, kill every amalgamation thing there is, or revenants as they're called, and B, destroy the heart of the amalgamation. And as you might guess, the gameplay was also changed pretty majorly, going from what was effectively a Doors copy to now more comparable to, say, Michael's Zombies. And the further and further you go down the Halo Black side, new, harder enemies are going to start spawning in larger numbers. and after like 30-ish minutes of grinding the game, you're ultimately told that some drill is turned on, which does something, I'm not exactly sure, but once that drill is done doing whatever it's doing, then you're able to leave the Hado Black site. Now, of course, there are many other games a part of this event, like, for example, Tower Defense Simulator, Tower of Hell, musical chairs, etc. I also wanted to talk about some drama, like, for example, with Crew of All Times being accused of exploiting, but I realized while making this video that I would not be able to do any of the drama any form of justice. If you want, though, you can easily find those videos on YouTube. But regardless, that was the video on the Takeover event. Sorry this took so long. I started production like a week ago, I think, but so many things just kept popping up to the point where I wasn't able to finish the video until literally today. But anyways, did you enjoy the event? Did you, play the event at all? Like I didn't. And if so, what are your opinions? Comment down below if you want to. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.